You guys are the bad guys in this movie, but you're not.
Yeah. It depends on how you look at it.
I like how you said that.
Yeah.
You're the bad guys, but you're not.
But because the thing is, in most high school movies, you have the bad guy. You guys would be painted as the bad guys, and you're not here. That's really refreshing.
Yeah.
What was your reaction to the script and taking these characters on?
Well, yeah, that's definitely how what you just said is just perfect, because that's how I went into the character. After I read the script, I really felt like I immediately connected a lot to Krista and like where she was coming from with it all, and not just what she is as a part of the storyline. And that's the thing. Like we've been talking all day about how you think these characters are kind of introduced as the brother that's perfect and full of himself and disconnected, and the best friend that like doesn't really care and is gonna do something just for so a little selfish, and the mom that's and it's like through the story, hopefully, the goal is that you see with all of these kind of characters in these people and relationships that Nadine has in her life, like they're not black and white. They're not. They don't fit in a mold. They're an actual real human that has their own reasoning and thought process, and they're just trying to chug along and do the best they can do, just like she is.
And nobody's got anything figured out in this movie, like you're saying. Like everybody is so confused, and it's really awesome how everyone's got that moment where they wake up.
Yeah.
And that's all this movie's really about. It's like, the edge of 17, it's like, all right, what are you going to do at this moment? Like this time when you're about to become the person that you're probably going to be the rest of your life, at least in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah. And you have a great moment. It's a really wonderful moment where you confront her and you say, this is my life. Thanks.
Yeah.
And I think a lot
Thanks
of
for
people...
noticing.
Oh, it's a great scene.
I meant like him talking to her. Like,
exactly. Yeah.
Thanks for noticing my great moment.
Thanks for noticing, man.
That's what it sounds
Nobody else cares. No.
Yeah, everyone I talked to was like, I didn't notice. But it's a really strong moment. And where did that come from for you? I mean, that felt very real.
Thanks, dude. No, I mean, I was putting pressure on myself. I've said this so many times. I'm sure you're tired of hearing it. Like, growing up, I had a plan. And I just wanted to stick to that plan. I didn't care what anybody else was going to say. I thought I had it all figured out when I was 18. And I moved out. I left Miami, went across the country. And then I realized, I was like, oh, man, I've had all this pent-up frustration and, like, this self-absorbed responsibility that I don't really know what to do. And it was, like, the first moment that I was having, like, a wake-up moment. So I, like, kind of took that when I was 18, kind of made a hybrid connection into this character, and kind of lived in that frustration for a moment where you're not like paying attention to it at first. You're kind of hoping life just coasts and you can like figure it out as you go along, and then when it kind of crashes, you're like, all right, man, like we can't kid ourselves anymore. What's going on? So.
Yeah. Well, I think people forget how tough it is to be that age. It's really
it's hard,
it's
man.
It's like the problems
It's like when you look your best and you're most insecure.
But it's
when you
it's
feel
very
your best
true.
Health-wise and you're like your most insecure.
Yeah, you really don't have any worries that are actual like pressing worries that like people are feeling, when they get into their 20s, 30s, 40s, adulting. But like it's almost like the pressure and the stakes are even higher, even though the problems aren't nearly as big or life-threatening or whatever. Like it's the pressure and the stakes of those moments, they seem like such a big deal. Like it seems like it's never gonna end. Which is like, is it over yet? Like it literally seems like sometimes it's never gonna, like I look back at high school and I went to my public high school in Arizona. I'm from Arizona for 2 years, and then I finished online when I moved to LA, but I feel like those 2 years were like the longest. Like I felt like that was like 10 years.
Oh god, yeah.
Like I feel like I was at high school longer than I've lived here and been acting.
Yeah.
Just because like how big a deal everything was.
Mm-hmm.
No wonder we all have wrinkles when we get old.
Yeah, you're
like it's
gone
from the
after.
stress we put on ourselves when we're 17.